We got some interesting Q&A going on our website, YouTube, Facebook. I got an interesting question the other day from somebody, verbatim. The question was, why you so fat? And at first I was a little offended.
A little off topic, but okay.
At first I was a little offended. But then I thought, it's just somebody looking after my health. Right?
Quite possibly.
Because the thing is I don't think I'm fat. I mean, I've never been told I was fat before. So I don't know why I'm so fat. I haven't got a clue.
Inquiring minds want to know.
I stay on a pretty strict diet.
Dining's important.
Mm-hmm. And I never overexert myself. I'm trying to stay pretty level there, I don't drink a lot of sugary sodas. That really can get to you. Now we're going to finish our tacos, and then we'll actually get to doing something reasonable. All right, everybody, welcome to season 3 of the Real Estate Geeks. We're going to do things a little different this season, but we think it's going to be fun. We are in the Rolling Realtor studio on a Rolling Realtor road trip. We're going to spend the next 2 hours behind the wheel, cruising through the beautiful Ozarks, and on our way to our destination,
navigating roundabouts as we go.
We are going to chat about one subject. This is going to be a whole season on one subject. And why are we doing that? Well, it's been an interesting year. The last time we spoke with you, we had just implemented COVID protocols. Offices were closing. Markets were shutting down. The world was changing. And we're a year later. And we're opening back up. We're getting vaccinated. And the real estate market is interesting.
The world is still changing.
So we're going to have a couple of firsts in this season. So that for one thing, we'll be talking about one subject. We're going to break it up and kind of give it to you in small segments over the next few weeks. We're also going to do a lot of comparing and contrasting. We're going to get into the Wall Street Journal. And for the first time, we're going to bring in a news source that we've never used before, and that is Cigar Aficionado. We'll talk about that in a later episode. But for right now, we're going to get to the subject on everyone's minds, and that's why is the market so crazy? We're going to answer a few questions here, like, is this a bubble? Spoiler alert, no. And we'll talk about why. A couple of other interesting items that we'll chat about will be pricing, what we're seeing in the market, what kind of offers we're seeing out there, the information that you've probably heard in the news about low inventory and lending and all this. We're going to get into that. But for now, we're going to talk about why is the market so crazy? What is causing this? Let me tell you, it's not COVID. We were running towards this scenario for about the last 3 years. This was going to happen. Like so many other things in the market, COVID accelerated it, right? And let's talk about some of that. Sure. We've heard about companies like Uber and Lyft, right? Getting way more involved in food delivery.
Oh, yeah.
We've been using a company recently. We're in the office a lot, and we do periodically, we would go eat out for lunch. Sometimes we go with our staff, sometimes we go with clients. But we've been spending a lot more time in the office. We've been going to DoorDash.
DoorDash has been very popular.
And we've tried different restaurants, and some of it was we wanted to keep local. We want, if we were going to buy lunch, we wanted to make sure that our money stayed local. That's a big thing that we're concentrating on our business, and it was great to be able to order from DoorDash, local folks.
Try some places never tried before.
Yeah, and they benefit from that, and that's been great. We've tried some new restaurants and things like that we'll probably continue to be patrons of. But I think the point I'm getting to is that was not something in our repertoire. We would just go out and get food, and COVID hit, and we changed our habits, and that helped a lot of local companies. So with Uber and Lyft, they're delivering food, they're delivering alcohol. There was a company, the name escapes me now, it just came to me, that went public recently, that's their whole deal is they deliver alcohol. And that's kind of a big deal, for some folks when you can't get out and go hang out with people, or you can't get out and go to certain stores because they're closed or it's difficult. You have an opportunity to get it delivered. And they went public, and it was a huge IPO. Huge IPO.
We did not have any alcohol delivered for lunch.
Not for lunch, no. We're a little more professional than that. Not much, but a little bit. So that's kind of stuff that's interesting. A lot of brands had to change their habits. Obviously, there were companies that benefited from it, like Amazon. Walmart, Target got much deeper into delivery, and that actually helped retail numbers. That helped. A lot of people had to go from jobs in the retail realm that were in that, and they switched over to more digital-based jobs and more digital-based delivery type things and online purchasing, and that led to a lot of just changing the overall market. So real estate is not immune to that, and because of COVID, it accelerated things that were already happening in the market. We were already seeing reductions in inventory. So over a 3-year period, we saw things like listings. The number of listings we had on the market, really started to come down, and the number of buyers was starting to go up. And so I did a little bit of research. So, for example, leading into 17, 18, and 19, we were averaging over 8,000 properties were on our MLS. And our MLS covers a big area, but I'm not going to break it all out because it's a good mix of large metropolitan areas and rural areas. So we had 8,000 properties on the market. At the end of 2019, we had about 6,800. So you can see that was drawing down slowly. Part of that was because the number of buyers was coming up, and so the market was doing very well. The market was kind of in I would call it a period of complacency, where we were seeing the same things happening over and over again. 3 to 5% value increases, a little bit of increase in the number of homes sold, a little bit of an increase, I'm talking 3 to 5% in new construction, and it was just humming along. Then COVID hit. Prices skyrocketed on consumer goods, which we can include in there. Prices skyrocketed on things like steel, which goes into consumer goods. Living houses, concrete, right? Lumber.
Materials.
What were we seeing? 30%?
Yeah, materials really took a jump.
Yeah, huge jumps in material. So this was driving home prices up, and builders were building fewer homes, right? Their money doesn't go as far either. And this began to exasperate the inventory problem. The linchpin to all of this is interest rates. And interest rates, cheap money is easier to borrow, which means more buyers are in the market looking to borrow that cheap money to purchase a home with, but the homes aren't there for them to purchase. So that's where we end up with the perfect storm that started building and was accelerated by COVID, right? And I think probably something we need to talk a little bit about is probably the mortgage industry and interest rates. I think that's going to tell us a lot of the story of why there are so many buyers in the market right now and why they're able to buy the homes they're able to buy.
Well, rates are very enticing right now, and you really have to look at the rent versus buy options.
You do, and we're going to look at that in the next episode. So we'll see you next week with some more information where we will still be, from your point of view, on our Rolling Realtor road trip. See you next time.